Hey, even all remarks here. Back here with another video. Back again with another live stream. We're going to be doing AltSpaceVR holding an event. Oh no, I've been putting. I thought I was putting my forehead on my lenses and messing it all up. We're going to be joining an AltSpace event, interviewing. Well, we're not interviewing, but there will be an interview with a VR director, and I'm kind of interested to find out. Here, right, guys. Super Ice, Steve, Drumheller, Thomas Bicknell. Alright guys, Bester, how's it going, mate? We're gonna jump in. Apologies if I do miss anybody's messages and stuff. I've half got my headphones on to try and listen out for sounds. Oh no, I can hear myself. Can you hear me double times? Let's mute that. There we go. We don't want that twice. We'll get rid of that. You probably could have heard me twice then, couldn't you? Ooh. Nightmare stuff. Do I need my window open? I'm going to close it. AltSpace isn't officially on the Quest, but if you follow my guide that I posted yesterday, you can sideload it. So there's a SideQuest app you can get, and built within it is literally the AltSpace. So you can just click one button, installed, sorted. Yeah, you get two hands as well, look. So if we look, if I turn my controls on, look. I got two hands, baby. I got two hands. And it's 6 degrees of freedom. Sick stuff, baby. Sick stuff. So this is the difference between Quest and Go. Is look, I can smack myself in the face. No, I can't. That didn't work. We'll be joining that event in a second. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about chat. Maybe I'll put it on this phone down here, and then I can kind of look at it through the nose of my phone. The nose of my phone? The nose of my headset. And we're going for YouTube. Live. Oh no, wrong button. Where's it gone? There we go. That's what I want. Turn volume down. There we go. This is AltSpace hype. It's not actually out on the Quest officially, but you can sideload the Go version. Hello, Anthony. Hello, Steve. Hey, Rendered Reality. Oh, Rendered Reality. The podcast guys. Hopefully they've got a coffee. Have I got my controls in the right hand? No, I haven't. I've got them in the wrong hand. I should be able to tell because my hands are the wrong way around. Alright, let's see if we can find the event first before I get too carried away. Events, Veer, let's enter. See what happens. Is this turned up or down? Oh, it's turned right down. Let's turn this off a little bit. Although, do I want it turned up? Yeah, I do, because you guys need to be able to hear it. But I've got a microphone on the side here which will capture my voice and the gameplay supposedly. I'm muted, cool. Oh, and I'm under the stairs. And I can't remember what the buttons are. Oh, there you go. Ah, here's the two people. Yan Fei and Ethan. Let's hide in the corner. Let's hide over here. The great thing with the dual controllers is you can turn yourself and move at the same time. So unlike on the Go, where you got to kind of like faff around and try and get it just right, turn around or whatever, you can just do whatever you want. You can teleport at the same time. So you just press a different button to teleport. Makes playing this so much easier. They're really quiet. I don't know if that's just because I'm far away. Is it because I'm not close enough? Ah, it's because I'm not close enough. You need to get close to be able to hear them.
We can bring all those questions up.
Yeah.
Regarding extravaganza or VR filmmaking.
They don't know I'm here yet. I'm gonna hide. Can I get up there? Is that a thing? Can I just teleport straight up the stairs? I want to be able to run in AltSpace. I wish I had a run button. My headset's not on properly. I don't care what people say. The Oculus Quest is a little bit heavy, especially when you just especially when you just kind of sat down with it on. Just feels like it's like pulling me down a little bit.
Mark's gonna be here, so it's gonna be live streaming. So give like a little shout out, have
Talking about me.
up a little bit. Yeah, just quick way. He said he doesn't want to interrupt the show.
So if you guys want to come, if you want to come to the menu, go to events and join in on the event here. So this is the extravaganza event that I'm in at the moment. How do I close this? Close. There you go. Let me read some comments. Your quest just arrived yesterday, but you're at home and currently hang on. But you're at home. But it's at home and you're currently on road. Get you. What's everyone's favorite quest game so far? I just like Beat Saber. Simple man, simple man. Yeah, it seems the render reality those Quest VR covers are on back order, so they're not actually going to be like in stock for like another couple of weeks, which is a shame. Super loving the Quest. The Quest is a fun device. Hey everybody. We got many people in here. I can't even tell how many people have got in. I need to figure out how to do live streams a bit more conveniently. At the moment, I can just kind of wing it. I just gotta boot up the live stream and just do whatever. I really should have like I've even got a stream deck thing, which I'm sure could tell me how many viewers I've got and all sorts, but I never do it. Ooh, refrigerated trailers. What sort of food do you carry? Or is it just like dead bodies? I'm trying not to touch my microphone on the side of my headset. Oh. Via camera. How do I get rid of this thing on my screen? It's not many people in here considering it's starting in 15 minutes. Unless I've just somehow got early access and everybody else can't get in yet. Maybe I have. I might have been given early access. I know, as you guys probably know, on my channel I quite often get kind of, they've been kind of long sponsors of the channel. Ooh, Daniel Smith subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Daniel. Welcome to the Remarkables. Yeah, VR quite often sponsor the channel, so they do quite a lot of good stuff in kind of the VR media space. So it kind of matches with the kind of stuff I want to do, especially when I was focused on the Go as well, because Go being predominantly a media device, it worked quite well, kind of matching up with the VR. Who's going to join me? Are you going to join me in AltSpace? Has anybody got it? Anybody going to sideload to the Quest? Going to pick up their Go? You can even download it on your mobile phone. There's a mobile phone AltSpace app, and you can log in with your avatar there and wander around and chat to people in AltSpace on a mobile phone. Do it. Do it. Oh, what's happened? Have I just been kicked out? Oh, mute yourself. Oh no. Ah, is that because the show's just starting? Maybe. Ah. Graphics monkey, you're just cheating. You've already been subscribed.
So did it look that I made a change? Notice any changes? Outside the window is different.
It looks like daytime now.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
I'm hiding up here. I'm hiding.
Oh,
Oh
you're in this cool helicopter.
yeah, the outside changed. What was it before? Was it like nighttime out here? I think it was, wasn't it? Oh, actually, look, it's Veerland. Look, they've actually got the Veerland background. So this is actually from the Veer app. So you've got the Veer app on your Oculus Go. You'll see it like this. I have tried sideloading the Oculus Go version of the Veer app, but it doesn't work. You get like a weird sort of cross-eyed vision thing going on.
Have the slides in there. Make sure those are working.
But
Spawn point change.
got two hands, baby. Still can't get over having two hands.
The wrap there, so it's
Makes it a bit more interesting.
that's pretty close to what the word.
It hasn't opened yet. The 25 RSVPs. Oh, okay, maybe it hasn't opened yet then. Never heard of me before. First time viewer yet. Of course you are. I got this mic headphones on one half of my head just so I can hear PC sound.
Very cool. Yes.
Oh, somebody send me a friend request. By all means, send me a friend request if you want on Oculus Quest, Go, Rift, whatever. Remarcus. You like the thumbnail for this video? Yeah, well, it's the, I don't know if you've seen this 360 3D video that this film this guy's done, Extravaganza, but it's like somebody peeping into like a puppet show, like like one of those kind of old-fashioned sort of put your penny in during the war, wind it type thing, and you look through the box to watch it, but it's got puppets in instead, and very busty puppets. But the Oculus Quest doesn't sit on top of my head as well as the Oculus Go did. You said if S back, screen would turn off. Oh, that's not very good. Turn off a lot. Okay. Oh, another friend request. Nice. I'm not ALVR in this. No, this is side-loaded AltSpaceVR on my Quest. If you watch my video from yesterday, Monkey, you'll know that if you set up SideQuest in there, one button click, it installs it to your headset. It's worth checking out. If you haven't checked it, go check out my SideQuest side loading video. You should be watching it. You should be watching all my videos. They seem really quiet, but I guess that's because I'm far away. They're not like broadcasting or anything, yeah, are they? Can I?
And sorry, you said your name was Jason?
So yeah, hi, yeah, it's Jason. Yes, hello. Yeah.
Cool. And where's all?
I don't want to get in the way and kind of mess up their chi as they kind of set themselves up and everything. Oh, I forgot about that gore box thing. Ignore that gore box thing. I don't use it anymore. I need to change that. Can I change that now? I'll probably change that now while we're waiting. Stream elements.
I'm actually a remote worker, so I'm in Canada, like kind of 20 minutes outside Vancouver.
Turn off that notification thing that pops up because I don't use gore box anymore. I used to use it when I used to stream Ark Survival Evolved like a couple of years ago. Or why a couple of years, year and a half. Chat commands, no timers. That's it. No, that's not it then. Oh crap! Where's that one?
Where are you physically located?
Chat commands? No.
LA.
I don't know where.
20-year anniversary of living.
I don't know where that thing would come from. Oh no, go away. Is it in this one? Ah, it's in this one. So disable. Oh, I see. That one goes towards Twitch. Okay, you probably didn't see that then. It probably just went to Twitch, didn't go to YouTube. Ah, that's okay. That's fine. Remarcus is awesome. Thank you. You thought I sent my Quest back? I've not yet. I still have a dead pixel. Oculus have said they're happy to accept it and give me a return label. But obviously I create videos on here, so I'm thinking, am I going to just put up with it? Because it's just one pixel, bottom left hand corner. I only really see it when it's like black screens. I don't know, but I've still obviously got warranty on it, you know, for technically 2 years, so maybe I'll wait a little longer and I'll sort of send it back at some point in the future when sort of Quest stuff isn't as popular, sort of thing, when it's died down a little bit.
Today I'm going to be checking out the award-winning film Extravaganza.
Oh.
Written and directed by Ethan Shaftel, Extravaganza is a mix
Can you
of
hear
live
that?
action and 3D
Does that sound okay?
in which the viewer becomes a puppet trapped in a ridiculously offensive.
Oh, exactly, Wizard King. If it wasn't for me, yes, VR would be dead.
So I'm going to be
Ideally, we'd want them all used.
Quite a lot of apps, Oculus Go or Gear VR apps, support 6DoF just natively. Yeah, anybody can add me on AltSpace. You can add me on AltSpace. You can add me on Oculus. Add me on anything. You know, Remarcus everywhere. So if you find Remarcus, it's probably going to be me. Evening all. I'm not even sure how many people are watching this me stream. Is there many people? I don't even know. Ah, 59. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I like that. 59. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Okay, why don't you go back to that slide?
I did order 2 and set the wrong one back. You are right, Wizard King. Oh,
Hey Marcus, how you doing?
hello. Hang on. I'm muted. He's talking to me. Hello. I was just chatting to
Hey,
my stream and stuff. You all right?
Oh, sorry. I'm Dan. How you doing?
Yeah, good. You?
Good. Are you going to be up here? We're gonna give you a shout out as we start and stuff. You could be. Up
I'll,
here, or you gonna
I'll hide up here, yeah, and I'll watch down from the top, yeah.
Yeah.
This is my little throne up here. My little balcony.
I'll get you with my emojis.
Okay, cool.
Oh, hi.
We'll give you a quick shout before it starts, and then we'll get people to give you a wave to your live stream.
Yeah, yeah, no worries, yeah, absolutely. Well, at the moment we've got 59 people watching, so
Nice.
we've got a few.
Side. Oh,
Yeah, I've already started, yeah,
game.
ahead of the game. So they're getting a little behind the scenes at the moment. They get to kind of see how it all works, how it all gets set up, the magic.
How unglamorous it all is.
Yeah, make it.
Smiley faces. Where's just a smiley
Welcome,
face?
Marcus.
Hello.
Welcome stream to AltSpaceVR. This is how the sausage gets made. We're just currently.
This is
making
how
sure
the
our
sausage
guests
is
have
made.
Everything they need, going over our slides, and making sure all of our YouTube videos are auto playing on slides.com.
Nice. See, professionals in here, all professionals.
And Marcus, you have your Quest yet?
I do. I'm using it now for AltSpace.
Wow, fantastic!
Nice.
Wow, hacker.
Hey.
Okay, so yeah, there's another thing I could do, Yunfei, basically like reset the space. That might
Let's
help
mute myself again, shall we?
for
Let's mute myself.
slides. They're usually pretty good, but test.
Need to get AltSpace. As I say, if you do the SideQuest thing, my last video, yesterday's video, I show you how to sideload apps to the Oculus Quest, and one of them you can do with a button press is AltSpace, and then you get two hands.
So today I'm going to be checking out the award-winning film Extra.
And
I like two hands. Look, you pull in the grips, you pull in your fingers, you pull in the trigger, you pull in your pointer finger, and you just put your thumb down, and it puts your thumb down. I just think that's cool. I know I've always been able to do that on the Rift and stuff, but I just love being able to do this on the Quest. Because this is what you get. You don't get like this. You can't move your hands back and forth with the Go. Like, I can duck down and around. I could even get up and walk if I really wanted to, but I don't have room to do that. I'm sat at my desk. Oh, I say desk, table.
If you don't have time, that's fine. Just keep in mind. The doors usually open 3 minutes early, but I set it to start right at the top of the hour, so we have a good 5 more minutes to make any edits that we need.
They've got 5 more minutes to make any edits they need to do. But let's have a look at chat. Anyone got anything interesting to say? I almost wish I didn't send that other one back. I could have checked them first, but then saying that the dead pixel wasn't obvious when I first got it, so it came in sort of later.
The other side of the space to see what was.
I noticed today on my YouTube channel the join button appeared, which I think is like a channel subscription type thing, a bit like subscribing on Twitch, isn't it?
Yeah. I was just thinking about
But
people's way.
it's weird hearing people talk around me. But I've never seen the actual button on my channel before, and all of a sudden it's now there.
Yeah.
Just curious, Trekkers, how do you do the middle finger? Unfortunately, you can't. I wonder why they can't let you do the middle finger. In AltSpace, we've just got this VR extravaganza event. Got the director and stuff here that's going to kind of chat through his process and his thoughts. He's going to be open to questions and stuff. And it's more kind of for my interest. And Veer asked if I wanted to kind of join along and just come anyway. And I kind of thought, well, let's stick it on the stream. Let's have a little chat with you guys while we kind of watch this. And VR media creation is something that interests me. I don't think it interests you. Because if you've got a VR headset, you need to be checking out 3D, either VR 180 or 360 content, because that stuff is just blows my mind. You probably saw yesterday I uploaded just a 3-minute video of some dodgems, some bumper cars that my kids are on, and it's so cool just kind of recording stuff in VR 180, so you just see what's in front of you, but it's in 3D, and it's the best way of capturing memories. It truly is, because you see it, it's there, you're coming out of the screen. Oh, love it. I've got some other stuff to edit and stuff because we had a day at the beach, so at some point you'll get my kids throwing sand at my camera. and I had it in like the water and stuff, so the waves were coming at it and stuff. But although when I first pulled the first lot of renders off, I think the bitrate was too low because the water looked terrible. So I've got to retry it. But if although I say that, if it carries on turning out terrible, you never see it again. But yeah, there you go. Anyone know what happened to Cymatic Bruce? I don't know who that is. Is that a VR person? A VR tuber?
Yeah, it's live on Facebook now.
Steve, you super chatted £3.95.
At the last minute to set that up.
Ramarcus rocks. There's an Australian accent on my little voice thing. Thanks, Steve. You are a legend. Thank you, mate. I really do appreciate it. It does help support the channel. Means I can do more of these kind of videos and chat to you guys and buy more games and accessories to show off to you guys, that sort of stuff. So it does really help. And I'm only still quite a small channel, although over 11,000 subs now.
Step up.
12,000 is next. I want to get to 20k. I want to get to 20k in the next. I don't know. I want to get to 20k at least in the next 6 months.
I
But
mean,
my
now
headset
you
just making
mention
noise.
it, I know I do.
Does it just turn off?
Yanfei, come on,
Oh, my headset just turned off.
get that shot. We want a group shot.
I need,
of
my
us
headset
in front of the
powers off
screen.
if it doesn't hear any noises. Although I just heard the thing on the screen, didn't I? That's a bit weird.
This is
Why did that turn off?
We're pros. Oh, hang on.
Remarcus, you want to come up?
Oh, I think they're trying to talk to me. Oh,
Those emojis. Oh,
hey. Teleporter, maybe. Oh, I just turned my headset off.
should we go over there? Right, let's get those emojis.
Ethan's gone rogue.
Just turn my headset off, mistake.
Look nice on this. Oh, good deal.
Okay.
And how are we lined up? Yinfei, we're lined up well?
Yeah, it looks good. Let me do both a screenshot on my laptop and a post
Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
where's my hand gone?
Windows print screen. That's my best friend.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. This is
smiling?
weird at all.
You can do so many more things with your hands.
I'm gonna boost up our emoji account by
So just us alone.
I'm just gonna put my stapler on the emoji key and let it go all over.
Ooh, people are joining. People are joining.
Have you taken the photo yet?
What's going on, Alan?
I'm just standing here throwing out
Alan, why don't you
emojis.
come up on the stage.
Oh, hi, Alan.
Because you're part of the crew, so we're taking some social posts. Alan, you want to come up?
I'm gonna keep spamming this emoji buttons.
Sorry, guys, we'll crack on with the event in a minute. We're just being vain.
Did something else just pop up on the screen there? Cody Stark subbed? Was that what popped up?
Yeah.
Yeah, AltSpace event has just started. So literally just opened at 9 o'clock, so like a minute ago. So people are now joining now.
Live for one night only. Are we done?
Hello.
Little Tom.
Awesome. You guys are awesome.
Hey,
Okay.
it's Jackie.
Hello.
Okay with it.
Got the picture.
Awesome.
Everybody. Fantastic.
Okay, I'm
Thanks.
gonna go. I could hear myself on someone's screen. Someone mute themselves. I can hear myself.
Yes, please. If you have Remarcus live stream in your background, go ahead and mute yourself.
I can hear myself somewhere. Somebody is me.
We don't hear an echo.
Is it you?
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Is it you? Hello.
Alright, Dan, feel free to start
Hello.
anytime. I'm gonna be.
Hello.
Okay.
I'm gonna be around.
Make sure the live stream's all going all right. Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's Will. Will? Yeah, oh, awesome. Thanks, Will.
We're gonna stand out of the way a little bit. Enjoy the show.
Awesome. Okay.
Hold on,
All right.
Danielle.
Nope.
Oh, Steve, I just noticed on here it says it was $4.99. So that's interesting. On stream there, it showed me how much it was in pounds, but then on my phone it's showing me as dollars. It's kind of interesting. It translates it into my currency for me, so it makes sense to me. I did notice. Was it today? Somebody donated via PayPal 2p.
Right.
That was interesting.
Okay. Let's get cracking then. Right. So thank you all for coming. Really appreciate you taking the time out. your busy days, which I'm sure you have.
He's
to
graphics
spend a
monkey.
bit of time
Must be a
with
friend.
us.
Okay. What's
So
that
yeah,
ticket?
so I don't know if you've been to one of these events before, but these are put on by the guys at Veer. If you haven't checked out their app already, please do. Not now. Wait till the end, because I don't want you disappearing beforehand. So yeah.
Let me know in
they've got
stream
loads
if you
of-
can't
they've
hear
got tons
the.
of content, free and premium, all amazing. And also if you're creators, which I'm sure probably a lot of you are, you know, feel free to upload your own as well and share it within the Facebook groups and stuff, because we'd like to check it out and can give you constructive feedback if that is what you so desire.
Awesome.
So yeah, that'd be good. Hang on a sec. Nerds. So yeah, general rules. You know, unless you're asking a question in the Q&A segment later on, if you can keep yourself on mute, that'd be amazing, so we don't get any feedback. And yeah, just like, you know, generally be a decent person. There you go. Nice and easy.
I don't even know what I look like.
So yeah, and then feel free to use emojis throughout if there's anything you like. Can we get a round of emojis? Let's see it, test them out. I'm going to go with a clap. I'm applauding all your emoji love. There you go. Good work.
Emojis.
It's actually
Emojis.
quite glorious to see.
Emojis. There we go.
Nice.
Very cool.
That is pretty cool. I'm impressed. Good work.
Well,
Guys, you guys are natural.
Whenever I look around, somebody's staring at me.
This is impressive. So yeah, so today we are here to chat about the film Extravaganza, which was written and directed by the man to my left here, Ethan Shaftel. So we're going to just play, if we can play a quick trailer so you guys can check it out. Yanfei? Yanfei's on the case.
On the case. Well, I've got 33 things on my screen.
Welcome, strangers.
Oh, close. So what's the trailer?
Tally ho!
Okay. Okay.
Feel free to throw some emojis, people. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah, claps, yeah.
Got this.
Woohoo! Oh, hang on. My other hand.
Awesome. Now, usually at this point,
Oh, shit. Tell about myself.
we usually force the audience to watch a little review video that I made. So
Go back over here.
that will come up next. Fortunately, it's only short, but I do apologise in advance.
So today I'm going to be checking out the award-winning film Extravaganza.
But remember,
Written
it's
and
short.
directed by Ethan Shaftel, Extravaganza is a mix of live-action and 3D animation in which the viewer becomes a puppet trapped in a ridiculously offensive puppet show. So I'm going to be completely honest, I loved it.
There's no red dot in my screen.
Unlike a lot of content
I'm not
out
recording.
there,
I'm
you are the victim, not the hero.
ADB wirelessly
You're
streaming.
being laughed at by Paul Shear for being fat or being shot by a colonial soldier. You're going to be victimised over and over. The result is a great use of VR and poses the question of whether technology can actually change our society for the better. Go check it out now on VR.
Tally ho!
Go check it out now on VR. My hands are obviously being a bit weird. It's a YouTube video. Lost audio? Or in stream audio or?
Cheers. Thanks for that. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, Ethan Shaftel, the writer and director of Extravaganza. Ethan, thank you so much for taking your time out to...
It's the
to come and share with us.
Extravaganza event,
Are you
Golden
kidding?
Creeper.
An opportunity to come into VR to talk
It's
about
an event
VR?
I'm just come to
That,
watch.
for sure. Thank you so much for
Awesome,
having me, and
awesome.
thanks to the VR team for hosting. This is super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want to give like everyone a little bit of an intro about yourself and like how you
Sure.
got into this
Who
industry?
want to be
Maybe?
friends?
Yeah, my background is mostly, traditional film, and when I say traditional film, I mean, everything that's not immersive that happens on a TV or a movie screen, and that's what I was really interested in. And as a teenager, and when I was exploring and where I went to traditional, film school, but I've always had a real interest into interactive storytelling. I was never much of a gamer. There are games that I played, but I was always interested in interactivity when it came to story and whatever that meant. Even in film school, I was doing some interactive projects, sort of on the
Oh, it's
side,
lagging a little bit.
sort of experiments. But at that time, there wasn't really a place to. I mean, like film festivals didn't tend to accept anything but.
Can you guys in the
a
stream hear it
short
okay?
or a feature. And so a lot of those projects
Cool.
just kind of died.
What's that
I
noise?
had my career pre-VR was a mix of doing,
Crispy bacon.
I was an editor of music videos for a long time and commercials, and then I worked a lot in screen content for big pop concerts and tours. And the interesting thing about that is that that's fundamentally immersive. So obviously not a headset, but you're thinking about audience attention in a different way than you are when you're thinking about film. And so when about 4 years ago, when this wave of VR, my colleagues were talking about it, I would see it in the news, and Facebook bought Oculus, and it seemed like a really good fit. And some of the first experiments I did were
Hey.
actually going back and taking out of the proverbial desk drawer interactive projects that I had developed and experimented with, 10 years prior. And thought to myself, well, now there might be a medium for this, and some of the first
Taking
stuff
selfies.
I did in VR as just rough prototypes were literally projects I'd made a first version of as a desktop, interactive film.
Sounds good. Cool.
10 years earlier. And so that was my interest, as a not primarily a gamer, is looking at storytelling, cinematic storytelling, but but using VR, which is interactive by its very nature. Even if you can't control anything, the act of looking around and being in an environment it demands interactivity and participation by the audience, and it also promises that participation pays off. And so VR really felt like someplace I should start spending a lot of my effort.
Yeah, definitely. So where did the idea for Extravaganza come about then?
So Extravaganza was born of sort of a couple different lines of thinking. One was I don't really have an animation background, but I had been collaborating with a very talented animator named Frank Strancini, who animated Extravaganza, in order to make prototypes and previs live-action VR experiences that I was pitching and trying to get off the ground. And so we were making these very cool, in Cinema 4D primarily, these very cool previs pieces that were intended just as a sales tool, to get a budget to then shoot live-action 360 video, and weren't able to raise any of that money. The budgets were high, the risk tolerance was low, the people that we were talking to. And it sort of seemed like, well, wait, we're doing this really cool stuff in Cinema 4D. Why don't we just, get something finished out there? We'll make something that's animated, and it's a great place to experiment in VR because you're not constrained by the tools themselves, the 360 video cameras and the stitching and the post process. So it was like that was the first thought. Let's not make a previs piece. Let's make a finished piece, and let's get it into film festivals. Let's put it out there. And so I knew that was, going to be one ingredient of it. And then, the content of what Extravaganza ended up being came from a bunch of different thinking. I had been thinking along for quite a while about, you know, when technologies are invented and what kind of cultural elements get represented just sort of by accident. And like thinking about like, well, what if Walt Disney had invented VR, you know, in the 1950s, and it was like little miniatures, you know, and little like animatronics like you'd see in a Disneyland ride, and it wouldn't be like the headset that you see now that has, you know, LED screens inside, but it would be something much more like a miniature version of Jungle Cruise or Pirates of the Caribbean. And thinking about like all the different cultural prejudices that are represented in those first versions of those rides, so that largely Disney has like stripped out. But you know, when you're looking at late 90s or whenever they started, I mean, even until even more recently, if you're on the Jungle Cruise, if you're on the ride at Disneyland, Pirates of the Caribbean, you're seeing all these kinds of things that are baked in just by virtue of who made it and what era it was. And then a couple decades later, it's cringeworthy. You're looking at and the companies have to take it out if it survives that long. And so like that was like, okay, so Disney invents VR technology, or that company invents VR, and they make a little version of Jungle Cruise in a headset, and this is the pitch between his engineer and, you know, Walt looking at it, and he loves it. He's like, this is great. Everyone's going to love this, you know? And that, you know, that would be an interesting place to put the viewer in a location that they don't really expect, which is that instead of really being the viewer, you're in the piece, you're in the ride, and leaning into that lack of agency is making that show something that you would object to. You know, the actions of your avatar in the show are not what you would choose to do if you had agency. And so that just kind of emphasizes the limitation of the technology, at least this 360 video animation. It's not interactive. You can't choose to do something else. You can't choose what character you are. And making that sort of choice worth it by emphasizing it and making it an extreme version of lack of agency. And that's really that's really extravaganza.
I love that. So you got Paul Scheer involved. How did that happen?
Yeah, well,
Because that's like a sort of sizable name to.
Yeah, he's a real dude. Yeah, I mean,
Real
by
dude.
virtue of being in LA for a long time and going to, you know, UCB classes and taking improv classes and knowing people much funnier than me and better writers than I that are comedians,
That's super honest.
Yeah, no, I mean it's very cool to be. I mean, one of the reasons to be in a city like Los Angeles is because you can have access to some of those things and some of these meetings. You know, the opportunities to meet people that are there to do comedy and to be comedy writers. And so basically, you know, I just had a friend who had been a writing partner with a couple different really well-known comedians, and knew Paul and knew a lot of that community. And I just asked
Hey
him,
John,
like,
how's it going, mate?
Will you help me cast this? Do you think anyone you know would be interested?
It'd be interesting to see
in
if we
doing
get any
this?
new
Does it make a
titles
big
tomorrow.
difference when you start talking about going to festivals or gathering
Grab the selfie
eyeballs?
with me. Nice.
Casting really adds legitimacy. Like, you don't, I mean, on anything really. Just as a viewer, if I can see somebody
Let me know if you need
in
a
a piece or an actor,
thumbs up
actor, you know, who I know their
for
work,
your selfie.
it means something. Like, okay, it may not be a waste of time. It could be a waste of time, but it does give a thumbs up. And so I did want to cast it with people who had an audience out there, especially in VR. It's hard to convince somebody to watch VR content and to put on their headset or to take whatever it
Andre,
takes
welcome to
get
the
access.
Remarkables.
So it came down to, it was a priority for me to put some comedians that I liked in it, and we brainstormed who might say yes. And by virtue of being VR as well, there's a bit of a novelty. So an actor who's a busy person, they're in lots of stuff, like Paul's in a million things. If I had asked him, hey, would you do my short, you know, web series or short film? The answer might be, you know, I'm busy. But VR was new. He had actually already been in a 360 comedy piece that YouTube, I think YouTube created. Or no, it was Funny or Die. So Funny I knew he was a interest in the medium. And in fact, I had heard he had a Vive, and that was, you know, several years ago. Okay. So I was like, okay, well, if anybody will say yes, he will. And he agreed. And we did it with SAG Rules, another
good tip for
Okay.
filmmakers is, you know, the SAG low budget or the SAG new media designations. If you just go ahead and make, they're very lenient for low budget projects, and they're very happy to work with low budget filmmakers and student filmmakers. If you go through the hassle of setting up your project right, then the actor doesn't have anyone, you know, doesn't have any obstacle. Their managers, their agents don't get mad at them. They can agree to do it and follow all the rules. They may still do it anyways, but it makes the obstacles a lot fewer, and it shows that you're serious about it. So we did it. Everything was official. It was a SAG new media agreement project. I believe that's what it was, and which didn't require any significant funds. It's just sort of the hassle to make it work. And then we filmed with John and Paul. And John Gemberling, by the way, is the other actor. He's awesome. He's been in lots of stuff. Broad City, for one. They both came for about 3 hours. That's all we needed from them. So keep your ask, you know, to be as minimal as possible. Try to follow the rules so no one else has to groan and go along with it. And you know, you might get a yes when you didn't expect it.
Oh, awesome. And he's like he seems sort of perfect for the role as well when you're in it, and then you sort of hear that voice sort of over and over throughout it. You just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine anyone else like, you know, playing that part now. Really.
Yeah, he was great, and that actually brings up an interesting point, which really was helpful. When I mentioned that animation was a great place to work for VR, what I mean really is that you can change things later when something's not working. You can modify, you know, if you shoot 360 video, you go through the stitching process and you start editing your film, and you wish, you know, a trash can was
Yeah, I
a
put a
different
video
spot,
out
or
yesterday with
you know, the
sideloading.
window was different to direct
An
people's
easy way of
attention, or a
sideloading.
shadow falls
Once set up
differently.
anyway. It's
You
nice
can't-
to set straightforward.
That becomes a hugely expensive visual effect. But in animation, you can make these kinds of changes. We did change where shadows fell in the room so that movement in the room catches your eye at the right point. We made all these little changes. And when we talk about the actors, you know, you'll notice you don't see their mouths through most of the movie. Paul, it's his eyes that are the only thing visible for a lot of it, except for tiny bits at the beginning and end. So really, most of what they're doing is voice acting, and that also is very malleable and changeable. And it was a good thing, too, because the first version of this, I was getting feedback that I didn't like about the project, and I needed to make changes and basically
Spatial
rewrote
audio
almost
in
every
AltSpace
single
as well.
line. And both Paul
Is
and
that
John
here?
allowed me to come and
And that was they.
record their audio
Like it.
again, just as a pure voiceover, and it was fully able to be implemented in the movie without any effort because you can't see their mouths, so they can be saying anything. So we changed really every single line in the movie except tiny bits at the beginning, in response to a kind of early versions and realizing that it just wasn't working how I intended.
So how long did it take to put the whole thing together, like, from concept to completion?
That's a good question. We started in
You subbed it's not on the stream. It might take a second to come through.
summer months, and really what we were aiming for was Tribeca's deadline. And really, I mean, obviously Tribeca is a great film festival, but the reason that was our goal was they were the latest of the deadlines of sort of the main festival season. You know, Sundance has late summer kind of deadlines for VR and for films, and Tribeca was in December. So we're like, okay, well, we might actually be able to make this in time, and starting in like maybe it was July. So July, August, September, October, November. You know, it was
Hey, Sportronic.
4 months
Hey, John Doe.
of pretty intensive work to the version that we entered into Tribeca, and then we worked after that entry for about another month making really major changes, and then major sort of story changes that actually didn't have much of an effect on the visuals, but it did have a lot to do with how people interpreted the movie in that voiceover and changing the characters. And then we sent that in to Tribeca and updated that a little bit later in like January. So it was about a 6-month project.
Nice. So you did like some test screenings and stuff when it was all done, then, just like prior to the rewrites that you did?
Yeah, and sorry, your audio got a little bit, I'm not sure if I heard exactly your question about test screenings, is that right?
Yeah, you did like a little sort of test screening before you did the rewrites.
Yeah.
Then, just to sort of get other people's reactions.
Totally. You know, it's so important with anything, but especially with VR, well, especially with anything new, anything experimental, and,
many of the instincts I had just didn't turn out to be correct when I actually put my friends and family in a headset and sat and watched where they looked and watched and talked to them afterwards. And, luckily we really had the opportunity to change that because it was, animation and we could fix a lot of issues and really hone it to be about the best version of itself that it could be. And I still think it has lots of problems, just as looking back at any piece, I'm always seeing the flaws, but I do think that we really got it working sort of as good as possible.
Awesome. So let's move on to the other two films that you've done recently that have been doing the festival rounds. If you and can change the thing. There we go. Oh, Space Buddies. First, let's chat about Space Buddies. So tell us about this one.
Isn't there one with dogs in called
I'd love
that?
to share a little bit about these projects, though unfortunately they're not available, so you can't go and see these. And
Hey, Squiddy Cat. How's it going, mate?
Sort of limit my comments to is some of the things that
What's up, Greg?
I learned in Extravaganza and how I was, I think, able to continue to work on some techniques and maybe hone something that will continue to work across more than one project. But just to mention, to tell you a little about it, Space Buddies just premiered at Tribeca this year. When it was great to go back to that festival after 2 years, from when Extravaganza played. And it's a very funny comedy piece where the viewer is in a space capsule headed to Mars. The worst crew imaginable, led by Rob Riggle, who is awesome and hilarious. And you'll notice, this is animated again, which I continue to think is a great place to just work in VR and work on the language of VR and to hone these techniques and experiment, and so this project and the other one on the other slide, KAIJU Confidential, are both produced by the same company, Shadow Machine, which makes a bunch of great television. These are their first VR projects.
A VR comedy about big creatures and small slides.
So they're great, and they do animated comedy really well on TV. And then, they hired me and brought me on
I need to tighten my headset up.
Because of Extravaganza, largely, and some of the other things I showed them that I was working on, to be the VR element there, to bring that to their team. And so both, let's see, so this poster behind me is KAIJU Confidential, that premiered at Sundance this year. And one of the things that I was really working on, if you've seen Extravaganza, or trying to take from that into these two projects, was really trying to move the camera in a way that was comfortable. You'll notice in Extravaganza, every time you change bodies, you zoom down into the ground very quick. Like if you're as if you're pulled down, which by the mechanism of the stage. That happens very quickly. Each of them are less than a second. There's a lot of motion blur, and it really operates more like a cut than a camera movement. You're really only aware of your view being refreshed, even though you have that sense of directionality. Well, in both of these projects, in KAIJU and Space Buddies, we really spent a lot of effort on finding the best position for the camera and then moving between them in a way that was editorial. It's more like a cut than a move. But it happens very quickly. There's a lot of motion blur. It's not really experienced like a glide. It's really experienced more like an edit. But yet you
Squiddy Cat, the chat's on my monitor here.
It keeps your screen direction.
So whenever I go like this, or down like this, it's on my phone.
By following these sort of movement rules, I think
I got it in two places.
Very dynamic, more dynamic than most VR, without any of the kind of motion sickness issues or the movement issues or the discomfort that is associated with it that I feel, for instance, when I see things that have slow, long dollies or turns or things like that. So I'm just working on the kind of threading the needle on dynamism in a way that provides fast pace and constantly refreshes your view as a viewer and emphasizes the story from those point of views.
That's awesome. So, like, how do you see the future of 360 filmmaking? Because I think there's a few people out there still have some doubts and stuff on whether or not it will really take off. But
Sure.
What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, when you ask that, are you sort of talking about the future of 360 video as opposed to...
Yeah, it's side-loaded
60
onto the
freedom
Quest.
VR, or those
It's not actually available natively.
sides of it being separate?
It's easy to do though. If somebody wants to take my video.
Really, aren't they?
Well, I mean, I think that, I guess I have a couple thoughts about it. I think 60 video is a great place to work in VR now for a couple of reasons, especially if you're on the filmmaking side. If you're from the game side, like if you're a game developer and now you're interested in working in VR, you're naturally going to follow those tools into the new medium, the things you're used to, whether you're in Unity, whether you're in Unreal, you're going to add, virtual cameras to your projects, and you're going to experiment that way.
Always breaking up.
Something like me, I came to the film side, I had no Unity experience.
Maybe he's talking in kaiju.
The tool that I was using was something like Cinema 4D, putting a VR camera in your Cinema 4D project, maybe something you'd already created before, and then exporting it, putting it on the headset, taking a look, and start playing with space in that way. So that was a really good entry point. And many of the mobile headsets and the lower cost headsets didn't support.
No, I wouldn't recommend selling you Go unless you really want
Now,
gaming
we've recently obviously seen
more than
release of
just watching
Quest,
video
which
and
may
social
very well
stuff.
be game changing in that respect.
It depends what you want. Different
So,
headsets, different reasons.
I guess to me, the 3 degree of freedom versus the 6 degree of freedom is not
There is a
really
lot talking.
important when it comes to calling it VR. They're just sort of limitations to the kinds of projects that work
Can I see
well
how much battery I
in
got
that
left?
particular case. I would love to see live action volumetric video, be a super mature medium where you can shoot a whole room at once and then move freely, and you get great fidelity and you see people's faces and performances work. That's definitely not there yet. And so the way to get human performance and human faces is still going to be with cameras. And it was important for me with Extravaganza, for instance, to include live action footage in a way. We built a kind of a world where you could see the human faces outside in a way that still get emotion, which is very different from animation and physics. So I don't really know the future of. I do think there's going to be a convergence, but I do think also that, especially in projects where
Oh, look, you can't track the handset.
the user agency is low, the viewer, the visitor themselves
Hmm?
isn't going to be able to control things for whatever reason in your story, then having the other degree of freedom, especially if it's a seated experience, doesn't necessarily add something if it's going to prevent you from being able to do the project or do it on the budget that you have. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, so last one from me. So what have you got coming up in the future? What's next for you?
I've been experimenting a lot with AR and trying to do AR narrative projects, and developed a couple and built some prototypes. There's a real
Look at this, some
appeal
dancing.
to something that can work on devices that aren't just VR headsets, because they're obviously out there and people have them in their pockets. So what you trade off is, of course, the immersion. But I do think that we're seeing more and more AR glasses or VR glasses that support AR, and that is, developing the storytelling language that includes your own location as well, characters in your bedroom, in your living room. I think it's an important step for the hardware that's coming down the pipe. And that's actually what people are asking for and what companies
Jono,
are
I've got
working on,
Pavlov
and what people
on
are
my
funding. So
request.
that's obviously of
I do keep meaning
interest
to do a video on it,
an
but there's so many
engineer
things to do a
like
video
myself.
on.
I have to be thinking about,
I don't
if
get a
get a lot
chance.
of VR meetings and they're asking about AR,
But I will do.
then I have to be thinking about
I think what I
things,
might do is a live stream.
that as a,
And then if people have got it, they can play with
have
me.
something to tell them, and have formulated my own thoughts by experimenting in it.
Awesome. That's really cool. Well, thank you, man. Right, we'll open it up to the guys in the room. So if any of you
Anybody else got a squeaky
have a
trigger?
question for Ethan, feel free to raise your hand.
So
Don't be
squeaky.
shy. Pablo, is that you at the back? Do you have your hand up? Pablo Arenas? No? Are you being shy? Don't be shy, Pablo.
Shall I ask a question?
Uh,
What question shall I ask?
Cowboy, do you have a question? Great name, by the way.
Squid, I'd go for the biggest one you can afford, basically.
How do you,
Because why not?
why does the, why,
But 64 is most
I've,
good enough for
I've
most
got-
people.
I want to know why there isn't an option to start, why there isn't an option to, I don't know, to fly in someone else's bit.
He wants to know how to fly.
In anyone else's bit.
What do you mean?
It's not related.
Whenever I go into my home space, it just crashes and I can't do anything.
Okay. I can't help you there, mate. I think you need to find someone who works at AltSpace that might be able to help you with that.
Okay.
I don't know if Jason's still
Okay.
around.
Okay. I'll try
Thanks for your
to find something.
question.
Sorry, can I help you there? Anyone else got any questions? Ethan, don't be shy. You can ask him about filmmaking, ask him if he's got a cat. Paul, C137.
Well, everything looked really great there. Where could I see Extravaganza? I'm kind of new to the AltSpace thing, and where would I go to see that?
Who's that?
Well, you can certainly see it on Veer, on the app that our hosts for this event. Their platform has a lot of great content, and Extravaganza is one of the pieces viewable on Veer.
So the question would be, how do I get to Veer? What's my access into
I think the event still goes on till 10 o'clock, so another 25 minutes we should be in here.
On whatever device
I'll hang around as long as my battery lasts.
on wherever you got your AltSpace app, you can download it like through the App Store.
So would the
or,
Oculus Go have that?
Yeah. It's in the Oculus Store. So if you just search VWER, and then download that, and yeah, you can watch it through there.
Well, thank you very much.
No worries, thank you. Anyone else? Don't be shy, people. Roll up,
Can
roll
I
up.
ask a question?
Mark J. Hi.
I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask about how you did your initial planning. Do you write a script, or do you storyboard, or do you previs?
I was going to ask a question there. I'll jump in.
Yeah, no, great question.
How do you start
So I don't know if
writing?
everybody can hear that, but what was the initial planning like, the script and storyboard, etc.? Yes, definitely. I started with a script and some sketches, and I'm not much of an artist, so the sketches are very rough. And if you're familiar with, in a traditional screenplay, everything's in third person. But when I'm writing about or writing or brainstorming a VR project, it tends to be in second person. So it's like you are standing in a dark room. There's this is how it's low to the floor in a dark room. Unsure about who you are, but what you do know is that the room is dark and there's sound coming from outside. And it turns out you're in a box. So describing that stuff in second person is a real helpful exercise to create that kind of initial document. But the most important step for planning, and I alluded to this before, was using some type of spatial software or environment. And so I happen to use Cinema 4D, very popular motion graphics and animation tool. But a lot of things like, and Unity is a great place if you're on the game side. You can easily, in a 3D environment, start mocking up the space. Just make primitive cubes to stand in for characters. Make a box and then put the camera low in the box, the virtual camera, and see whether your intuition about that first-person experience of being low to the floor in a dark room is what you expected. And so I really think that the most important thing is being able to put yourself in some kind of rough 3D mock-up of space. And there are lots of options for this, by the way, that cost no money. You can use Blender and start making 3D models. You can use Unity, which is free, and mock up 3D environments. But VR is primarily a transportation medium. It replaces your sight and sound with some other place. And so if you want to tell stories in this space, it's like a secondary thing. You have to be constantly thinking about space and location in space and point of view. And so the most important part of development for any VR project, at least of mine, is not so much the written description. That's great to capture my thoughts, but the first initial set of rough storyboards. And then taking that, Extravaganza literally started with storyboards in Cinema 4D that we just kept polishing until it was a movie. There was no difference in the development process when we were just using primitive shapes and cubes and objects with nothing on them and no textures until it's the movie that you see at the end. Was all the exact same project and the exact same location and workflow. It just
here's the event if you want to join.
More and more details until we were done.
This is where I am. If everyone wants to join. 26 people in here, still room for more.
Appreciate it. Oh, we have one at the back. Nicely. If I've said that right. At the back there, you have a question?
Yeah, thanks. I was just curious about how you differentiate one box or primitive from another. Do you label them with like nameplates or something?
I normally make the primitives a little more developed, and I wish I can't really easily like show you things from projects here, but I do think there might be material online that I posted for Extravaganza, but in Cinema 4D, for instance, there's a little menu of just creating objects. It works very similar to Unity, where it's like, oh, here's a cube, here's a sphere. Well, one of those things is a figure. You click that button and boom, there's a person in front of you. Now it looks like one of those artist models, the little wooden figurines. In fact, all of the characters in Extravaganza are embellishments on that original figurine. That just gets default generated in Cinema 4D. So using just from that one menu of shapes, you can actually do, and then coloring them different colors, you can do really nice looking previs art. Like I go into meetings and show, storyboards on a headset that look great. They don't look like finished, animation. They're static and, they look like little models, but they definitely have a quality.
Just watch me play my hands.
To, get
even
the
remarks here.
And
Back
then
in the
some, I
video.
spent some time polishing. I made a full mock-up of KAIJU Confidential using just those primitive shapes and the figurines from Cinema 4D to even get the job, and that was something that
you got no hands.
It's really low-hanging fruit in order to sit at your computer and start experimenting. There's really a lot of abilities to quickly get space elements and art elements, and by the way, you can download for free, for a million different sources, types of models like chairs and tables and lamps and people and poses. There's so many online tools that go above and beyond what you actually need for previs to where you can actually start impressing somebody using off-the-shelf elements that you downloaded for free, and even doing animation for something like Mixamo. You throw up a model, you can use their menu of types of movements, and suddenly your previs or your animated storyboards or whatever you want to call them in VR have action and have movement.
Everyone should download VR. If you've got to go, it should be one of the apps on your
if you know any of the kinds
on your
of
Oculus
software that
Go.
I'm mentioning, you probably already know this. But if
There's
you
a ton of
don't,
content on there.
I would recommend
Even I've got some
looking
VR
into,
180 stuff on there.
Those resources and downloading a tool set like Unity or Blender to begin experimenting with.
Thank you for. You've just created a lot of competition for any future jobs you got for now.
Yeah, I know.
Forget everything you just said. Anyone else got a question? Paul, you have a question?
So, was Extravaganza all filmed and made in Cinema 4D, or what was the? I know you said you used it for the beginning part. Is that? Did you carry that all the way through to the end?
Yep. So that's the platform that whole project was made in, and the small amount of live action footage. So in the beginning of Extravaganza, you can see out of this VR headset into the real world, and that's a standard shot digital. It's not a VR camera. That footage that's through the sort of holes, the eye holes of the headset that you're inside of, looking outside, is shot with a regular camera. And that footage is floating outside in 3D space in such a way that it looks like it's part of the world. And then once Paul Scheer puts the headset on, his face gets closer and closer and then enters the space. And what we did there is it's still the same footage, but it's that footage of his face, his eyes, and his nose is wrapped onto a 3D shape that resembles the head. So it has so it has 3D depth, and it becomes
so the real person shots weren't really in 3D; they were kind of 2D and then wrapped.
And the other wooden characters, and so everything.
Yeah, I noticed you in front of me. You cut my fingers off.
Is created in Cinema 4D.
Awesome. Well, thank you very, very much.
Thank you for your question.
Anyone else have any questions for Ethan? Don't be shy, guys. Feel free. No? Okay. I'm not going to auction it off. Okay. Well, then I guess we can start wrapping things up again. Yeah, if we can go to the last slide, it'd be cool. But yeah, thank you again for taking the time out tonight, Ethan, or today, depending on your time.
Thank you for having me. This has been great, and thanks for everyone to come and join us here. Super cool.
Lots of claps. Lots of claps.
If we've got time.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh.
How was the production like?
What was the production like for Extravaganza?
Yeah.
Well, it was mostly just me and Frank Shingini, the animator, who is based in Illinois, actually. So we were never face to face while even working on it. Mostly, I don't know if this is.
Well, this guy was falling asleep.
But mostly it was me at my computer in California, him at his computer in Illinois, with Skype open, where I could see his screen and he could see me and I could see him, and we would just work together for hours. And sometimes I would sketch on a piece of paper.
They know where I've gone.
Again, I'm a horrible artist, but sometimes to describe a particular concept or note, it's better to sketch something out. So I'd sketch on a piece of paper and hold it up to my
What's that blinking noise?
He would look at it, he'd whip something up that was amazing in Cinema 4D and be like, "Is that it?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, that's great." And for a long time, we were working using voiceover that I did. So I made a voiceover track of every character, and, and even with sound effects and things that we were animating too. And then about a week before, we weren't able to get Paul and John to record and film until right before we actually needed to enter the film in Tribeca. So it was about a week before, the week of Thanksgiving, we finally were able to get their schedules to work, and we filmed, and then swapped out, my footage, because we had footage of me and my voice with theirs, and with our other really talented comedians that only did the voiceover of the onstage people, the onstage characters. We swapped all that out in the sort of final week when everything else was pretty much done. But
I didn't leave.
Really was, except for that one afternoon filming in a friend's office.
You got the VR, nice.
We got the actual footage.
Absolutely down over here. If you got to go, it's a no-brainer.
Frank and I and our computers.
I need to tighten this headset, but I've got my microphone stuck on the side. I can't do it.
Why did you use Skype and not Discord?
I wasn't even aware of Discord until more recently, and that's my fault. I don't know.
Same.
Skype is what I was used to. But you go to war with the army you have.
Yes.
I like that. Brilliant. Well, thank you again, Ethan. Please, everyone, show Ethan some emoji love. Really appreciate it.
Give him some smileys. Oh, I can't hit my smileys.
We got there.
There you go. Love the smileys.
Excuse
Thank
me.
you so
What
much,
is your
guys.
featured channel that's mentioned on the screen here?
So that is this AltSpace channel, so you can subscribe to, and you can see whenever we have events coming up. But I'd also recommend following Veer on Facebook and Twitter. And if you're a creator, Veer have a creator group as well, which is quite useful to share your content, anything that you worked on and stuff. So yes, I definitely recommend checking that out. I don't know, I meant to mention this earlier, but I don't know if we have Remarcus, hold still. I don't know if any of you follow Remarcus on YouTube. I don't know if you do, but
Evening.
he's doing a live stream at the moment, so we'll give Remarcus over here, just by the window, with a green hoodie on. You can give the live stream a wave. Hello,
Give it up.
YouTube.
Give it up.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you to everyone for coming out and checking out the event. Really appreciate you being here and getting
Lots of claps,
involved
people.
and
Lots of
asking
claps.
questions and stuff. And yeah, that's much us. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you both.
Cheers, guys. I love the enthusiasm, the shouty guy. Awesome. There he
Woohoo.
is. Wow, he's living the dream. Living the dream. Thanks all. Cool.
I don't know if they're good as being now.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
This is just literally girl scream in the background. Can you get behind that sofa? I want to get behind the sofa. Oh, you can. Can I go up here? Ah, I can't get up here. Can I teleport up here? Oh, I can. Oh.
That was perfect.
I know.
Hey, dude, let's go back down there and start screaming.
Okay.
Let's go down and scream. That's what I just said. They're getting excited that they want to go down and scream. Yeah, let's go down and scream. Okay, this is quite it's kind of funny.
Ice Buddies and KAIJU Confidential come out.
He's getting himself in a position that
I would
he's going
love
to
that.
come scream.
I hope that they do.
Thank you so much. It was very, very good. Excellent talk.
Thanks for your questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you get the Veer app and can take
I
a
will.
look at Extravaganza.
And so the name of the featured channel to subscribe to is what again?
I don't actually
You can
know.
find the premium content on the Veer app. So each channel is a different thing. It's just for this AltSpace event.
But if I
Yeah,
wanted
if
to,
you download the yeah, sorry, go on.
if I wanted to subscribe to this, what's the name I look for to get into that one on the AltSpace?
No, it's not all space.
You should be able to find it on.
All right. Thank you.
Who was that?
Because there's plenty of posts and stuff about.
Oh, he's breaking up now. Can't hear him. I don't know how much battery I've got left. Should I check my battery? What? I've still got... Oh no. I thought I still had 98% battery then. It took a second to change to 34%.
Just curious.
Down to
Where's the
34.
shouty avatar? Living his best life. Really? You're going quiet now? After being put on the spot? Come on, shouty guy.
That's with the green guy in it. It was Jim Bob.
Unbelievable. Cool.
Just like the space, by the way.
Veer land outside looks.
Yeah.
Feels like home.
It's also you're gonna see if you download the app.
Yeah, that's look cool. It makes the room look a lot brighter as well.
Oh, someone's got outside, look.
I know it's up there, I think.
Hi, Remarcus.
Hey, you alright?
Hey, Mark.
Hello.
Are you still live streaming?
I'm still live streaming, yeah. Why not?
Cool.
Let's see how many people got in there.
One of our hosts next time.
Oh, maybe.
I just want to say
49
that was
people today.
awesome, and I'll have to come back next time.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
me too.
Yeah, please do then.
Next time I'll scream louder though.
Oh, you scream.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah,
Just
we're
follow
both
on.
streamers.
Close. Go for it.
We stream together. It's fun.
Oh, jeez.
Awesome.
What are these 29 notifications? Are they friend requests? Oh, they are. Like, here we go. Accept. Can I just tap them?
Virtual handshake.
There you go.
Awesome.
Click. Oh, I've got to wait for it to load. Yeah. Tom, you've been subscribed for a long time. Nice. Oh. Is there a nice thing? Thanks. Let's accept these friend requests. Anybody else got a squeaky right trigger button?
Hello everybody, welcome to this Christian meetup. Can we get some emojis in the chat?
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
Ah, there we go. That's Christian. Amen.
Okay, Dan, I'm gonna hop off.
Oh,
Good
no.
luck today. Yay.
I'll speak to you in a bit.
Cool.
See you
Oh,
later.
I thought everyone had gone. As in my menu, there's nobody around.
She's gone. Alright. Still there?
Still blinking, look.
Just
like this
in the process of going.
empty shell. The consciousness is no longer there.
Yes. She's gone to a better place.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, there it is. That's just gone. Awesome.
Don't leave me hanging. Come on, fist bump. Come on, quick. Someone. There you go, your thumb up. There you go, there you go, there you go.
It's how to do with the go.
How many people are using a Quest?
Yeah, who got their Quest? Were you able to make it work?
I've got it on Quest. That's what I'm using.
Nice.
With my two hands.
Thanks to Remarkers.
Yeah, I showed everyone how to do it yesterday.
I have a Quest.
Send it up to the hype.
It does. It does. It's got its flaws. It's not perfect, but it's a fun device.
Okay. That's all I want from it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nice, nice.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's 400 quid all in, no PC. PC like games. What can can't really complain.
Yeah, it's ideal. Ideal.
That's a nice head.
Hey,
Yeah, that's the last thing I need.
hey, good to see you.
You do.
Yeah, I miss not using the Quest in here though. This is weird. I can't walk around.
What are you using? You're using the. What are you using then? Oh, you're using the Go, are you?
I'm on my Go. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. I haven't sideloaded it yet.
it is easy. Once you set up that SideQuest app, it's literally in there, one button press, and it's in.
Gotcha.
Check my video.
I watched it yesterday.
Thank you. Oh, I got another
You're welcome.
beeping thing. We just gonna hang out here? Should we?
Swivel chair slap fight.
Hey, feel free to hang out. I don't suppose anybody knows the Europa League score? By chance?
No, I could find it out, but
My GU's all here. So I don't know. For the off chance.
no, we were all engrossed here. We were not watching football.
I'm gonna find out then.
Hey. I found if I do duck with the Quest, I just sink into the floor.
Whoa!
I'm not bending my knees or anything. I just sink. If I stand up, do I float? Oh, I do. If I stand up, I float.
Whoa!
Wow.
That's how you fly. Hacks. Hello. So, who here is a Remarker subscriber? Put your hand up. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like it. So they're probably watching the stream as well. That's all good, you know, full interaction. High fives all around, yay! Shame it doesn't do the little high five thing like in Rec Room, where you high five someone, don't you, to make a friend. It goes. Ksh. That's quite good.
Yeah, I can fist bump you.
Oh, you got your thumb out. That's a weird fist bump. That's weird.
Oh yeah, it is. Isn't it?
That makes me uncomfortable. I'm not sure why. Just makes me uncomfortable.
It's a brute fist bump.
A thumbs up fist bump.
It's a knuckle bump. Yeah. There you go.
I feel like a game of thumb war.
I don't know what. How does it go? Something declare a thumb war. I can't remember what it is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You learn the Ramakr's dance.
I'm pretty limited with a Go controller here.
Let's get some dancing going on.
But I got a swivel chair, so I can do this.
Oh, that's good. I can't do that in my chair.
Michael Jackson could only moonwalk with 1 foot.
He wouldn't do it as good as him though.
Oh God no.
Oh, I can hear myself on somebody's screen. Can we? Is there any like media sense? Can we put music on in here? Can we do anything, or was it all in Yanfei's control?
No, it's just the slides that's set up in there, unfortunately.
Ah, okay.
But let's find out what's happening with Michael at the back there. Michael looks like his avatar just malfunctioned.
Go on, Mike. You got the stage. Entertain us. What's your best joke? Go on. We're waiting. Pressure.
Playing with my hands. Playing with my hands.
Just play with your hands. That's something you should do in your own time. Next. Squiddy Cat. What's your best joke? Go on. We're ready. Go on. Joke. Go on. No. How about next one? Barry. Go on. Tell us a joke. Go on. Someone's got to have a joke. Has anybody got a joke? A joke? No? All right, fine. I'll just laugh at myself, just walking away. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Hey, Cass Cherry. Although, which one is it? Cass or Cherry? Yeah, side-loaded AltSpace. Cass and Cherry's in chat. Do we know Cass and Cherry? We all know Cass and Cherry, don't we? VR tubers. Everyone's gone very quiet. just nodding.
These two robots, it's like a double act. That's finished, mate. Sorry. Yes.
A man walked into a bar. Ouch. Yes, that's a good joke. I kind of feel like put on the spot now. Like everyone's like standing around me, just looking at me. How about this? Stop me if you've heard it. A man and a giraffe walk into a bar. They have a drink. They're there all afternoon drinking. On the way out, the giraffe falls over, drunk. The barman says, "Hey mate, you can't leave that lion there." Guy goes, "It ain't a lion, it's a giraffe." No? That's the best ones, though. Can't be good jokes.
That's a joke for any dads out there.
Dad, well, I am a dad, yes. It is a dad joke. That's pretty much all I've got. That's pretty much my entire arsenal.
It's the best joke tonight so far.
Well, that's true. What you meant to say was I've set the standards so high that no one can now beat it. That you can't reach that high, look, can you? None of you.
Unreachable.
I felt like we should be doing something, at least when you're like in your own room or something, you can like chuck balls around and stuff. Like jump in a pool. So is that a thing? Can I just go to my room and then everyone joins me? Is that a thing? I don't know.
We done with the jokes?
Yeah, you can. I think if you need to put it in your settings, though. I think you need to change in your settings for people to be able to join you in your AltSpace.
We could go to a world. So some featured worlds here. Oh, some of them are really laggy, aren't they? So I don't. You go to some of them, you can't move.
Any more jokes?
Has anybody got any more jokes? Are you volunteering a joke? Whoever that was.
I can volunteer a joke.
Go on.
I'll go for it.
Anybody hear about the restaurant on the moon?
No.
No.
Great food, no atmosphere.
Ah. Go on. You can have some. You can have some hand claps. There you go. There you go. Well done.
Pay for effort, though.
Thank you, thank you.
Clap, 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 clap.
Right. I'm gonna head off. But yeah.
I'm doing good, Cass.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the event. See you later.
See you later.
What do you call a man with a seagull on his head? Cliff. Someone's joking in my chat. I did, Charlie. I used my best joke first. That's it. I've got nothing left now. So should we try and go to like an open world? Like what? It's like a campfire or something, isn't it? Where is it? Discover.
There's a few of them, yeah.
Go to Spring Campfire 2. At least that's a bit different. It's not just like an empty room. Let's go there. Spring Campfire 2. So if you go Discover Spring Campfire 2. Let's get people in there. Gas and Cherry in the house. Oh, is that giving me red marks? No. So this is the new VR cover, so you can see how much fatter it is on my face. So it's kind of distributed the weight all around there, whereas the default one kind of dags into your sort of face a little bit. But what I need to do is tighten it, but because I've got my microphone attached to the side, I can't tighten my headset. I want to kind of pull both straps to tighten it, but I can't. So I'm gonna have to wait until after. Is it Cass or is it Cherry that's typing? You see, we never know. Or do you type at the exact same time? Like you got both buttons down at the same time? Both buttons down. That doesn't make sense, does it? Hello. Robert wants to be my friend. Hey, how's it going? What's up? Let's get some marshmallows going.
Mr. Pete, the old guy in Alabama.
The old guy in Alabama.
There we go.
Alabama.
Oh, this place is better anyway.
Isn't there marshmallows or something around here? No, I can't see any marshmallows. What?
You used to be able to roast basketballs. Oh, here
How do I get that? I can't pick it up. Pick it.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, got it. There you go. I got it. Where do you get the oh, the marshmallows are there. Ah, I missed it. Just like this? Oh, there we go. Fireworks.
Yeah. Oh, that feels good. Whoa!
Hey, heads up.
Ow! Ow!
Dance. Dance, hombre. quite good fireworks for the daytime. I do want a marshmallow though. The best thing about doing marshmallows is you can walk up to somebody and feed them. Eat my marshmallow. Actually, you got to cook it first. Is that cooking? Is that heating up?
Whoa!
Got some extra fire on the
Dropping it.
extra explosions on the fire here. Why can't my marshmallow cook?
This is weird. I'm used to being able to bend down to pick things up.
What do you usually play on then? Like the Rift or something, do you? For AltSpace?
No. Well, I don't come into AltSpace with my Quest yet. I haven't done that yet. But I'm
Yeah.
used to bending down in the Quest.
Oh, okay.
Like nature tracks.
Yeah, you do kind of get used to it. It's actually quite a novelty using the Go for so much last year, that to now have two hands and be able to sink and float.
Hey, Marcus, I'm trying to get a screenshot on YouTube
Of what? Who's saying it?
of me in front of you.
All right, okay, there you go. I'll stop.
Right here, Mr. P.
I'll stop. There you go. I'll pause for a second. Smile. Now what are you doing? He's turning himself inside out.
What? I'm trying to.
I was trying to get you in shot. Look, there you go. I've got your head. I'm holding you up. It's clearly having issues. I'm going to hold him up for him. Are you okay, mate? Are you okay? I think he's gone away. You can do selfies though. It's got a little camera. And let's do a selfie. And 3, 2, 1.
I'm trying to screenshot you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here and see if there's anything else.
It's usually basketballs and stuff around here, but I guess somebody needs to spawn them in or something. I don't know. I don't play a lot of AltSpace.
Yeah,
So...
not in this world. Not in this world.
Oh, they took them out, have they? Ah. Oh, the basketballs. Trying to keep an eye on my chat as well. They should release a quest build already. They should, Cass, Jerry. They should. Although it is easy to sideload and it does work. Just the Go version just works perfectly. There's nothing wrong with it. Everyone can hear you. You can move around. You're six-offed. Hello. Look like you're casting a spell over here. Oh, where's he gone? I can't eat it. You haven't cooked it. I can't eat a raw marshmallow. Do you think I am a savage? Although you just call me Harry Potter.
Oh.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Good one. I got a good one there.
Oh, you're trying to... Oh, go on. You want another picture? Go on.
I got it. I got one. I got a good one.
You got one. Okay, you're gonna put it in your family album, yeah? That day
Yeah.
I met Remarcus.
Well, I have YouTube going, and I see you on YouTube and me in your YouTube broadcast.
Okay. Oh, my headset power is low. How much power do I have? Let me go check. 15% battery. Yep, 15. Yep, 15% battery. I'm down to 15%.
I have a room in here with all my airbrush artwork and all my charcoal artwork. I have 2 rooms in here.
Oh, nice. I don't have any room. My whole space is this corner of my living room.
Hello, Marcus.
Hello.
I don't know if you remember me, Rob Davenport.
Yes, I do, mate, yeah.
I followed you ages ago on your YouTube.
Yeah, how's it going, mate?
Alright, thanks. I think I tweeted about you yesterday.
I get so many stuff these days. It's hard to keep track. I mean, I try and answer like every single message, every single everything. But I feel so bad when I miss things because sometimes there's just so many. And I'm not even that big a YouTuber. It must be a nightmare. I can understand why sort of PewDiePie can't reply to everyone. Jeez.
Somebody put on Twitter that they wanted to make a program for computer games, and I recommended you.
Ah, that was it. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. They wanted to interview people or something, didn't they? Or get them on to chat with or something, yeah. I've not been invited to any podcasts or anything yet. Maybe one day. Although a few people have asked if I wanted to do a podcast. And I'm not... I mean, yeah. I mean, would people listen to a podcast about Go and Quest and stuff I do.
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, if enough people watch the videos.
Well, that's true. That is true.
I.
Might be worth a go, I guess.
Yeah. You can listen to a podcast while you're driving.
Mine.
You can't watch videos while you're driving.
That's true. Wow, not legally anyway.
Not yet.
Tom's, it's me.
Hey, I got a question, Marcus.
Sure, yeah. Go on, if you got a question.
How come the camera is black and white? I mean, why would they put a black and white camera on the Quest?
Well, it's only for, it's like depth sensing, isn't it? It's just literally just for sensing your environment, seeing how big things are, seeing the disparity between them. It's not for looking around.
So do you think they're going to come out with color in the future? Or?
Well, yeah, they might bring out color ones in the future, but even lots of other posh, expensive depth sensing cameras have black and white sensors, and then they overlay the color onto it. So you'd have to have like, yeah, you'd have to have like different sort of multiple lenses. For now, it's just it's more of a novelty.
Of infrared lights.
It's cool because you can kind of see your controllers and stuff, can't you? It's quite cool that it actually has like the left and the right written on them as well.
When you wear yours out in public, do people look at you like you're retarded?
What? When I'm? Do you see when I had the 360 camera on my shoulder, and I was walking down the street, and I did get some weird looks because obviously it was like strapped to me as I was walking to where I needed to be. People were like, "What the frick is he doing?" I just gotta focus on my destination. Don't look at them. Let them think whatever they want to think. That's fine. I know what I'm doing.
I was at McDonald's today, they were looking at me like I was retarded.
Well, does that matter? Most people you never see again. You shouldn't worry too much. Although, to be fair, in real life, I am the biggest introvert. I struggle to talk to new people or whatever. But in YouTube and this sort of thing, it's not so bad. It's maybe my outlet sort of thing. But in real life, yeah, I'm a proper introvert. I struggle. So, yeah.
I'm exactly the same way. I'm kind of a shut-in.
Yeah, I'd quite happily stay in all day. Yeah, quite happily not speak to anyone. Maybe that's just being antisocial as well, but you know.
When you go out, you get run over.
Well, that's true, yeah. That was the wife as well. She was in that car running me over. So she was screaming behind the camera and running me over. She's a man of many talents. That's not what I wanted to say. A woman of many talents.
Well, I do love that new Sideload app you got, so that was cool.
It is good, yeah. I usually use a program called ADB Link, but this has recently been done. Yeah, and I think it's got the idea that it's going to be quite good going forward, especially if it gets like repositories with like bunches of apps in them. Just saves you so much effort. Just boot it up, click, done. Nice, I like it. Oh, catch you later, Cass and Jerry. My battery's almost out. I should stick on charge, but I need to find my cable under my headset. Hang on, let me plug this into charge, see if it lasts a bit longer. Let me find my battery. Where's it gone? There it is.
Somebody beeping?
Somebody is beeping. Car mechanic sim for the Quest. Well, it's that wrench game, isn't it, for the Rift? Hopefully it comes to it. Please do a Pavlov video tomorrow. We'll see, Jarno. I'm terrible at shooting games anyway, let alone ones where you have to actually put the bloody bullets in. Oh, I got it. Mine. Can we actually cook the marshmallows? They don't seem to cook. Why does it sound like?
I don't know. They stopped cooking these days.
Yeah, sounds like popcorn's popping over here though. What is that? Someone's microphone.
Someone's microphone is going doolally.
I always meant to do I've held a few AltSpace events in the past, and they've been quite fun. And I always kept meaning to do them more regularly, but just there's just so much stuff to cover, so much stuff to do, and being a family man as well, you know, you got the kids and whatever, the family. It's just like, oh, gotta find the time for it. Someone's asking, could you do a Moonrider XYZ vid? Yeah, has anybody tried that? Has anyone been to moonrider.xyz in the browser? And that takes you to a web VR experience, and you can play like a free Beat Saber. It's pretty good.
Oh, my arms are tired from all the punching. Like, I'm getting in shape now.
Well, that's what I was going to think. I was going to do. You know, the on YouTube you can get YouTube stories. I don't have that enabled on my account yet. You're meant to get it at 10,000 subs, and it's still not come through. But I wanted to use that as kind of like a daily sort of update on fitness, because as you probably can gather from my videos, I'm a big guy. I could do losing some weight. I know that. But I was thinking maybe I'll use VR to help do that, and then I'll do like little daily sort of updates on how it's going. Hopefully,
there you go.
Get myself nice and lean.
It's great for that. I've worked up such a sweat in Creed.
Yeah, well, exactly, yeah.
How does the VR cover handle sweat?
Well, it's a pleather.
About the same as the Go.
Mainly fogging up your lenses you got to watch out for. Can you sideload Five Nights at Freddy's? No, I don't think there's a Five Nights at Freddy's VR version that works on the Go or the Quest, because it would have to be Android. Hey Paul Grass, first time dialing in. Welcome. We are in AltSpace at the moment. I think most people are on their Go. I think, am I the only person on a two-handed device? Is everyone on Go? Kind of shows my audience really, doesn't it? You know, people still using the Go, and the Go is still massive value for money. It's at half the price of the Quest, and still a fun device to use.
I'm on a Go.
Yeah, it's still, I get that still the time. You know, is it worth still buying a Go, or is the Go now dead? Well, no, it's not, because it's a different device, different price point,
No, the Go
different.
is wonderful.
Yeah, it's a different device for a different set of people. Who's playing harmonica? Who is it?
As I say, I'm on a Go. That's fine. No
Yeah.
problem. I'm here.
The Go is such a good device. That
Who's?
most advanced.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. You? You've got a ghost rubbing its butt in your face.
Huh?
There's a ghost in front of you rubbing its butt in your face. I don't know if you can see him or not, but he's literally in your face. It's not very polite.
Oh. Ho.
Oh. This is usually the first thing anybody does in video games when they see a fire, is walk on it to see if it burns them. Does it burn me? No, it doesn't burn me. Now I want to check if my thing's charging. I'm still at 10%. Is it charging? It's still plugged in. Okay, it is still plugged in. It's not charging. It's charging? Or is my battery dead? Oh no, my battery's got charge. Not even charging at all, is it? It's not got the little lightning symbol on the headset. Let's turn the cable upside down maybe. Sometimes it's the other way up. There's gonna be something weird like that. No, it's not charging via magnets, which is a bit annoying. Let's go back to game then. But it's gone 5 minutes, 5% without thing, hasn't it? Yeah, we're playing AltSpace. Going to play it just for a couple more minutes. Mainly, I think, because the sitting still with the Quest is actually quite heavy. Plus, because I'm kind of leaning forward a little bit, I think it's kind of like pulling my neck down a bit.
Builds up your neck muscles.
Well, that is true. I did the video about how to wear the Quest properly, and so many comments are like, "Oh, you clearly got a weak neck." do exercises.
No, it is genuinely a heavy headset.
It is. I mean, you get used to it, and as long as you're moving around, I don't think you notice it. But when you're kind of sitting down, almost ghost style, I think you feel it kind of pulling down.
Yep.
That's why you use the Go, I guess. Who's making all these random instrument noises?
Someone playing a guitar.
Is it the ghost, is it? Wee woo. You. Or is it you? Is it you? Or is it you? It's the ghost.
It's a ghost.
He's happy about it. Although, to be fair, I can't play an instrument, so, you know, fair dues, really.
Well, it's got spatial sound, right? So the further you get away.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Marcus, what happened to your other quest?
The other quest, well, I did order 2 just to see which one arrived first, and literally the Amazon one arrived about 15 minutes after the Oculus one did.
Wow.
So, but it's gone back. I literally told the Amazon guy no, and yeah, the one I've got is, yeah, got a dead pixel, but there you go. That's my issue. But dead pixels can happen to anyone, you know. It's not a big issue.
You're still going to send it back, aren't you?
Yeah, well, they said it can take like 12 business days for them to deal with it, so that's like 3 weeks, really. So I'm going to kind of hold on to it for now, and then maybe redo it in a few months' time when sort of Quest stuff has died down a little bit, so I can't afford to buy a second one while I wait for it to come back. With so much going on.
My first Quest had bad controller issues, but Amazon sent me another one, which I got 2 days later, so...
Yeah, I've heard that from a few people about the controllers.
Yeah, that really bummed me out. I was waiting all morning for it, and then it didn't work.
Yeah. Well, I guess it kind of, you probably feel like you can almost play it, but you can't. That's probably even worse. Like if it just didn't turn on, that'd be alright, but...
I could kind of see how it was going to be, and I could do first contact with one hand, but that was it.
Yeah, I can imagine that's quite frustrating.
That's why I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a bit until all the bugs have been...
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a few bugs, but it's like anything gets released these days. If you buy it first, yeah, if you buy the first batch, if you buy the first batch, you kind of got to expect to wait for a few updates and stuff for it to be perfect. We're still waiting for things on the go, to be fair. Still waiting for USB storage.
Marcus, the Quest is not for a 77-year-old that likes sitting in their chair, though, is it?
No, not really. But they're not. Well, how old's Arnold Schwarzenegger? I bet he loves a Quest. He must be old, isn't he? How old's Schwarzenegger these days? He got kicked in the back the other day, didn't he? Jesus, see that? Somebody booted him in the back at an event. He must be like 70-something. Yeah. Well, he said something like he just thought somebody bumped into him. I think it's the ghost, isn't it? Can you mute him? Oh, there you go. I can mute him. Yeah, so it's the wee woo guy up here floating.
Yeah, mute them.
You can click on him and mute him. There you go. It's quiet on my stream now. Which is kind of a shame because, you know, I can't play an instrument, but it's nice that other people can. Careful with those blades. Jesus, could take an eye out. Take a finger off.
Chop your head off.
Hey, what are you saying? Well, what did somebody say the other day? I don't have a receding hairline. I have an expanded forehead. I'm not sure that sounds any better, to be fair.
It's cool watching. It's cool watching you on YouTube while we're here in VR.
I guess it's got a bit of a delay on it, wasn't it?
Real delay, tremendous delay.
It must be. I imagine it's probably at least 30 seconds or something or more.
Who's on YouTube?
Me, Remarcus.
Marcus is a YouTuber.
Marcus is on YouTube right now.
Live.
How many people are watching?
I don't know. Let's have a look. See how many watching. We have 40 people watching, so it's not like, you know, it's not super popular, but you know, it's my little community. I'm proud of it.
Is there sound?
There should be, yeah, on the live stream. No one said there hasn't been, so I assume there is.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, my YouTube channel growed from. Well, my YouTube channel pretty much grew from the Oculus Go. I had like 77 subs. The Oculus Go came out, and then a year later I had 10k. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Just from what essentially is a very niche device.
Why is there an LGBTQ plus thing?
That's what? Live stream and rec room next time. Cool, we can do rec room. But I guess if does everyone here have a quest to be able to do rec room?
That's the thing. Rec room is not on the go.
Yeah.
Not yet.
So I've still got a bit of a split sort of community, I think. I think a lot of people have gone for the Quest, but a lot of people still have the Go. So I am going to kind of cover both devices going forward. We should get some new releases for the Go tomorrow, usually on a Thursday. If we haven't had any today, sometimes we get them on a Wednesday or Tuesday. I didn't see any yesterday. I know my battery's probably about to run out at some point, so if I disappear, that's why. But you'll probably see on the stream. You just jump on the stream and I'll still be there for a second. Actually, let me see my battery. Oh, it's still at 10%. Is it really still at 10%? Okay, so my battery pack at the moment is keeping me level at 10% battery. Huh. Well, that's interesting. My battery pack at the moment, I'm using that little sort of 10,000 milliamp battery. And it's USB-A to magnetic USB-C to my Quest, and it's keeping me at 10% battery. That's quite good. I thought it wouldn't work with the USB-C at that point, let alone magnetically. The USB-C would. So that's quite good. This person in front of me fell asleep. Swipe.
Yeah, Marcus.
Yes.
How's the battery life so far on the Quest?
It seems okay. It's about as advertised. I would say 2 hours of most things, and it's fine. You can get a little bit more out of it if you're just kind of doing some, browsing some YouTube or something. But games, it's going to drain it a little bit faster. I'd say 2 hours is kind of the max if you're playing games. The absolute max.
Comparing to the Go, is it?
It's similar. I would say it's similar, but I guess the Quest is doing more, so you kind of think it drains a bit faster. So considering it's kind of very similar, it's probably quite good. And like I was saying, the battery pack that I've got, if you plug that in, that gives you another like 4.5 hours if you plug it in, and then you can just run the cable down your top and the battery pack into your pocket, 'cause it's a small battery pack, and then you can go for like 7 hours.
Well, my headset power's getting low. Thank you for...
Got 14 people in here. That's quite funny. The pub...
See you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, see you later, mate. Bye. I think we'll probably call this here. I think we're just standing around just waiting for everyone to go now, aren't we? But what we'll probably do, keep an eye on this on YouTube. If you haven't joined my... If you like hearing me talk, I could talk for days. It's surprising. I actually get quite a lot of comments where people don't understand me. People always say they don't understand the first 30 seconds of my videos. They're like, for the first 30 seconds, they think I'm speaking a different language. They just don't get it. Which is quite funny, because then a lot of people say they absolutely understand me perfectly. And it's like, oh, all right. So what is it? What? How bad is my accent?
You have an accent, but you can understand you even in French.
Oh, yes, if I was a Brummie, yeah. Well, I'm technically sort of Midlands born, so I don't have any particular strong accent in any sort of direction sort of thing. If because I live in Gloucester now, but if I had a Gloucester accent, you wouldn't be able to understand me. Feels like a Forester accent. It's kind of hybrid Welsh accent that would be.
Practically speaking the Queen's English.
Well, yes. One is speaking the Queen's English. Okay, well, I'm going to end the AltSpace here. I'm going to jump over to the stream just to shut that down. But thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks for joining that event as well. It was good to kind of get more people kind of watching that, because it was thank you. For me, I create a little bit of VR media stuff, so it's nice to kind of watch that sort of thing, kind of understand how it works and is made and created sort of thing. So it's cool that you guys were kind of interested, whether you're there for me or just for out of interest as well. That's cool, but catch you guys later.
It's a lot of fun.
See ya.
Cheers for Rebecca.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Oh, my headset's popping off my head. Look, it's like pinging off my head. Let's quickly answer some of the chat that might be going on in the stream that I've probably missed. You have the 40 best people in your room. Yeah, the room that I was in then, I think I had more people in my campfire than were in the actual sort of main public campfire. So if anyone's got any questions or anything, let me know. Consider I've been live streaming for an hour and a half, no, almost 2 hours, and it's still locked on to 10% battery. This little battery pack, it's a 10,000 milliamp battery pack. It's kind of expensive. It's like 30 quid. So I don't know what that is in dollars. But it has USB-C and USB-A. And I've got the USB-A plugged in via magnetic cable. So a magnetic cable. And it's keeping it powered on, even though I'm live streaming. And usually live streaming, especially on my Oculus Go, the battery just gets destroyed. So I'm actually kind of impressed at the moment. This is all sort of carried on working. No quest yet, just a go. Well, I will kind of consider that, so don't worry, I won't be sort of doing lots of quest stuff. If I try and do community type stuff, I'll try my best to kind of make sure it's kind of something that works across both. Would be quite good. You've seen the Vive Deluxe audio strap. Well, that's the thing. For me, when I'm playing games or whatever, I don't want a big strap on me with big earphones and all that sort of stuff. Like I had my headphones on earlier. I took them off because I just don't like them on my head. So at the moment, I just have the sound coming down. If I ever want to be super quiet, I'll just put in some cheapo headphones that literally just kind of don't cover anything. I think you saw the JVC ones, which are just super cheap. Because I like to be free. Plus, I've got a beard. I get hot easy, you know. I gotta keep myself free. And what was I going to say then? And for like recording audio for this sort of thing, I've got the Rode Wireless Go clipped onto the side of my headset. So that's picking up my sound and the Quest's audio at the same time. And I used to use this a little bit on the Go because it only just came out sort of a few weeks ago. It's been working. So on top of my camera, I've got the actual sort of receiver. It's only going like 2 foot to the camera, but it works quite well. It means I can kind of look around and my microphone follows my voice. So for VR, that's useful, especially for stick stuff, because if I turn the other way, I sound exactly the same as if I'm facing the camera, which is good, which is what you want. But there is a company sending me a new mic. There's I want to say it's something like a Tilion or something like that, isn't it? Where it's like a mod mic, I think it's called, and you can actually click it onto the side of your headset and then straight to your PC. I think if you'll probably see some of the other sort of bigger VR tubers got them, and they're sending me one, which is nice. Remarkers, is it charging? I can't get my Quest to charge now after using AltSpace. See, I've heard a few people saying they've struggled with charging their Quests. I don't know if something happens and there's some sort of inherent error, but my Quest is still at 10% battery. It's not charging. It doesn't say 10% on the thing. I mean, it doesn't have the little charging lightning. Or if it does, I can't see it because you'd expect to see it. Because if I take that out, it doesn't change. I mean, maybe it's not charging. Maybe it is just literally going down and just the number's not updating. But I don't know. I guess we'll just keep it on for a minute and just sort of see if it changes. But for now, it's sticking at 10%, and I would have expected 10% battery to go by now. You're standing in the campfire too, but air conditioning is on in your house. It's weird. I put the headset on and it started charging. Yeah, it is a bit weird. Maybe it just needs to be activated. I don't know. You were the guy with the dark green hoodie and the ugly burgundy pants. Well, I'm English, so if you had your pants out in AltSpace, there were kids in there, mate. Kids. You have phone VR. Ah, phone VR. But that's not too bad. I mean, like, Gear VR is still a valid thing. If you've got a pretty new sort of Samsung device, you can still get a pretty good experience with that. The only reason why I never used my Gear VR much is because it just used to burn my battery. Like, my battery would just die so quick. And I valued the battery on my phone more than I valued, you know, playing VR at the time. Because it wasn't the best version of VR anyway. So why do it, I guess. Turned it all the way off and turned it back on and then it started. Oh, that's a bit weird. Well, at least that's something that people can try. Thought I just heard someone knock at the door then. I was like, it's a bit late for somebody knocking at the door. It's like 20 to 11. What's a good site to download 3D movies on PC and move over to Quest? It's tricky. Not many places do 3D movies, let alone downloads, which is a real shame because I love 3D movies. But I don't know of many that actually do it. What was that? Remark is that one girl was trying to get you to date her. You better be careful. I don't think she hardly said anything in that room. But I'm already taken. I'm not actually married, but I am happily taken for the last 15, 16, 17 years. If she's watching this, I probably should know how long it's been. But I don't. Yes, AltSpace does have an Android app, so if we do AltSpace and people don't have a VR headset to play, you can just boot it up on your mobile device and play it then. Keep stroking my beard. I'm trying to grow my beard at the moment. I'm debating on how long to try and grow it before I cut it. I think somebody did say jokingly I assume jokingly, in a comment on a video the other day, saying, has my beard got bigger or has my face got smaller? It has definitely got bigger. My beard, that is. Yeah, I'm still at 10% battery. So I guess this battery must be just keeping it going, which is quite good. I think, like I said, when I used to charge the Oculus Go and stream at the same time, I could never keep an equal charge. I could never do it. It always drained battery. Doesn't matter what battery I used or anything. Did you read the rest of my question? Just asking. I don't know what the rest of your question was. Oh, about downloading 3D movies. As I say, I don't tend to do it. I'll be honest with you. I've got access to somebody's Plex server. So I download their 3D movies. So pirating, but not pirating, because, you know, we don't own it, but it's not mine. It's a bit of a grey area. I don't encourage it. I mean, I do go to the cinema a lot. Like, we've probably been to the cinema 5 times in the last couple of months. And I do like the cinema experience. I do like it, you know, going to cinema, watching films, all that sort of stuff. Well, my marriage didn't last that long. You play as well on PC. Yeah, you play the PC version. Yeah, that's AltSpace has got that on there. I think AltSpace is officially coming to Quest probably in August, I think I've heard. But I'm not sure if that's a set date or that's just what they're aiming for and hoping to get through. I think they need to do a lot of optimization for Oculus to allow it on the system before it comes through. Will Quest get its own home menu? What's wrong with this home menu? It's essentially kind of the Android home menu. There's no difference. There's no reason why it'd have a different menu to the Go. They might as well have the same. And it's one operating system. They need to just update for both of them. When you start eating it, time to cut. Eating what? What have I missed? I guess buy the movie on DVD and then use digital code download. Yeah, true. You can rip. I mean, legally you're allowed to make backups of your own film. So if you buy a 3D Blu-ray, there's nothing legally that can stop you from downloading that, ripping it, and putting a copy on your Oculus Quest or Go as a backup, because you're allowed to back up your media. So you could do that. That's a legitimate way of doing it. And I know, was it Facepalm has done some good videos on YouTube about that. So I don't know if you've ever watched any Facepalm videos. I think he's been a bit quiet recently, but he's got some good videos on that. Go battery dies fast. Yeah, it does die fast, but it depends what you're doing here. If you start playing games, or you like, I'm live streaming, so I'm streaming this game, this screen wirelessly to my PC. So what you see is wireless casting, because I can remove that, and that's just for power. But because it's magnetic, I should, there you go, bink, be able to pop it back in, and that probably sounded terrible because it probably just brushed against my microphone, didn't it? Plex is good, or Skybox, yeah. Need a better face pad. The one you got is soaked. Yuck. Nice. That is the good thing about the VR cover pads, is that I don't know if you've seen my video today, but you get multiple, and if one's a bit dirty or a bit whatever, you just pull it off because it's got Velcro, stick another one on, rocking and rolling sort of thing. And you can get the sort of the facial cover sort of pad as well. Oh, not saying low. Oh, it's saying low power. Oh, I see. What is that turning off? Oh no, it still says 10%. Is it just telling me it's low power because it's 10%? Maybe. Although it's not good these days to let devices run down to 0 battery, is it? So I'm not sure whether I should be letting this run down to 0, but once or twice won't hurt it. We can do Rec Room streams in the future. We'll do different ones. I did do a Rec Room stream last week, but no one really joined. I think I had one person join me. Loads of people were asking me for it, and then I did it, and no one joined. Where'd you get your magnetic Quest charger? Well, it's just the cable, and then you can plug it into anywhere. I've got the Anker milliamp 10,000 milliamp hour battery. If you check my channel, about 6 or 7 videos ago or whatever it was, I've done kind of like a video on accessories that I got in preparation for getting the Quest. In there is all the links to it and stuff, and there are affiliate links. If you want to support the channel, by all means use those. But I think we'll sort of call it in a second. If anybody wants to send a super chat, want to donate, support the channel, you can do. Hit that little super chat button. I think now I've got some sort of join button where you can actually join and kind of subscribe to my channel. I think one person does that. Yeah, Sir Lofty does it, doesn't he? I think he's still in his first month, but I think that's my first ever sub. But you know, the support you guys has been great. I've managed to kind of fund most of the cost of the Quest through sort of donations and a few bits of sponsorships. So I do the odd sponsored video. I do have one coming out tomorrow, which is a sponsored video. But they help kind of fund the channel. I mean, I wouldn't put out any sponsored videos on anything that I wouldn't think is appropriate, or you know, is really weird, or was just rubbish. You know, if it was rubbish, you know, I wouldn't do it. You know, but it does help the channel and stuff. For backing up your movie media, search for Facepalm VR on YouTube. He's got some tutorials. I'm not sure what software he uses for it. Ronan, thank you for becoming a subscriber. Welcome to the Remarkables. Yeah, we'll do Rec Room again. Looks like you guys want to do Rec Room. You got some good screenshots, did you, Peter? Cool, mate. Cool. So you got my face with my Quest on, and then pictures of you in my stream. Okay, we'll go with that. Just bought the new face pads. The Quest padding is kind of rough. Yeah, I find it quite rough. The default padding is. What I would say is, since using this padding tonight, it's nice. It's definitely nicer, but I would say it feels a little bit more sweaty. I'm not a big sweater, but I can feel it on my head. But you can kind of see now on my head sort of thing. Usually, if I was playing the Quest, I'd have sort of red marks in my head across there. Actually, look, you can see a little bit of red mark there when it's been on my head. I can't even point to it now because it's all back to front. But the marks are wider because the weight seems to be sort of a little bit more distributed on my face, which is good. Can you guess who I was in AltSpaceVR? You were Barry? There was a Barry there, wasn't it? Was that you? How have you found the Quest versus Go for watching films? OLED made big difference. Yes and no. Excuse me, I've got bubbles coming back up from my Diet Coke. That's a good topic, actually. Watching media on the Go and the Quest is better for different reasons on each one. What I would say on the Quest, you get darker blacks and more vivid colours. So the colours are a bit more punchy. They're quite nice. But what you miss out on is you get bigger screen door effects. So you can see the pixels a lot clearer on the Oculus Quest. So you can actually see the pixels. With the Go, I hardly ever see them. So they're a bit more obvious. Wow, was that a super chat of what was that? Anthony Photography. Is that £15.83? Is that like something like $20? Thank you, mate. That is awesome. Was there a message in that? Oh yeah, it's $20, $19.99. Thank you, buddy. That's awesome. That is amazing. Love the channel. Thank you, mate. That $20, I will put that towards a game in your name. And I'll play something in a little while, because I don't own all the games or anything on the Oculus Quest. I've just got all of the ones that kind of transferred over from the Rift, and a couple I've bought, so I haven't bought a lot. I do have some codes for some games to give away, so when I get around to kind of playing those games, I'll give those codes away in that video. But there's so much to do. Thanks, YouTube Facepalm. Wasn't yielding expression. YouTube Facepalm looks to have yielded the person you're talking about. Yeah, you need. Yeah, I said Facepalm VR, didn't I? Search YouTube Facepalm VR. Yeah. He spelled it differently. It's like the A is a 4 and the L is a 1 or something like that. Makes it tricky for thing. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, between the Go and the Quest screen. So yeah, you get deeper blacks, richer colours on the Quest, which is nice. But you also get worse screen door effect. Plus you can't dim the screen in the Oculus Quest. So if you kind of playing late at night and you kind of want to relax a little bit, you can't dim the screen to get a little bit more battery and like that. You've got it full pelt the entire time. And the Go, the screen door effect is better, and they don't play any bigger files. So the resolution and bit rates and frame rates and whatever is exactly the same. The maximum is the same. You probably can get away with playing a little bit higher on the Quest, but it won't play smooth. So you can maybe get a little bit more, but not enough to make a difference. So if you're using just for a media device, the Go is still the absolute one to go for, unless you want that OLED panel, unless you want those dark blacks, and you can put up with kind of the slightly sort of screen door effects. So if I look now, I can see on all this white text, I can see all the sort of little dots that make it all up. I mean, you can on the Go as well, to be fair, but not to this extent. And I don't know if it's my headset as well. I feel like I've always got like a smudgy screen. It's hard to explain. It kind of looks like it's greasy, but it's just the pixels. But to be fair, once you're in a game playing, like if I'm playing Beat Saber, I can't see it. I'm in it. I'm engrossed in it. I don't notice it. And for what it does, it's absolutely fine. I've got no issues with it. I think it's absolutely fine. What do you think of Dead or Buried? So you mean 2? I haven't actually played it yet. I haven't bought it. Don't own it. So that $15 from Anthony Photography. Thank you, buddy. That may go towards that. You're a legend, mate. You're an absolute legend for that. That's awesome. What we're going to do... what blows is they have a lot of games on Steam instead of Oculus Go. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky to kind of swap between Steam and Oculus because they're competing platforms. So, it'd have to be up to the devs themselves to provide the codes and all that sort of stuff. So, you can see why they don't do it. But yeah, they should do, really. I guess it would be quite nice. First time you played Dead or Buried, you jumped back away from a ghost. Nice. Do you smoke the devil's lettuce? No. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I very rarely drink. Even though people think I do. But I think sometimes I just get tired. Like I'm knackered at the moment. I could do going right to sleep. And I will do in a second. I will be logging off in a second. But trouble is, you guys are still chatting and keeping me here chatting, and I'll quite happily chat to YouTube all day. And all you got on screen is a picture of me and half of a menu. I think at the moment we're just waiting to see if the battery drops. Oh, it's down to 9%. Oh, down to 8%. Oh, that's because the battery came off. The magnetic cable came off. That's because it's dangling on the floor. It's not being supported. Oh no, it's charging. Now it says 8% and it's got the charging symbol on it. Oh, now I'm intrigued to see how far it'll go. So is the face cover from the VR cover or the original? This is on my Quest. This is the VR cover that I reviewed today. So it's the fatter VR cover, facial cover. AMVR I don't think have got a Quest version out yet, have they? They've definitely got an Oculus Go version, which, to be fair, the AMVR Oculus Go covers are quite good. They do a padded, like a spongy one, which is pretty much a direct replacement, but it's got a little bit of extra padding in it. I quite like that. And then they've got a version with the glasses, which is quite good. You can pull the sort of padding off, and there's a little space with the glasses either side. That's quite nice. I don't wear glasses, so heh. But I do have that attached to my work Go. So it is being used. Although I do find if I've had that on too long, it's got like a pimple effect on it. You take it off and then you've got like a pimple effect around your face, which I think is kind of funny, to be fair. It doesn't last very long. It's 10:52, dude. Yes, I know. I should be going to bed. I'm old. I'm 39 this year. Oh, 39. Oh. Guided Tai Chi on the Quest is a great way to relax at night. Well, that's probably a good idea, actually. Maybe I should do something like that. I've got a list of videos I want to do that, I mean, it's huge. I want to do so many different videos, but I just ain't got time for it. I need to earn money to live. I need to look after my kids because they're off this week. Yeah, you know, so it's a balancing act. I was up at 7 o'clock this morning doing a virtual tour in a kitchen place. Earn bread and butter. Still don't get to enjoy with shadow streaming and the Quest. It's just ordered a USB to Ethernet adapter to see if the wire connection helps speed. I'll get there one way. Well, let me know, Lino, if you get that to work, because I know people on the Go managed to get shadow PC stuff working, and playing AR VR type stuff. I know people even play. I mean, they probably don't recommend it. You get some latency, but depending on what you're playing, it may still work. You know, you just got to set your sort of expectations. 2:54 p.m. Well, I'd be knackered if it was still only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I like my Go, but when I watch 3D VR films, my eyes hurt. Any tips to do that? Xander, just turn down the brightness. Go into your settings, turn down the brightness, just like 10, 20%, just to take the edge off it. You'll get a little bit of extra battery life as well, and that may help. And you also might want to turn on battery saver mode, because then that limits it to 60 frames per second, and most films are less than that. But to be fair, most apps usually dial it back, but that tends to be the reason why people's eyes hurt, is because the FPS is different, or the hertz is different to the FPS, and that can kind of cause a little bit of eye strain. So try it. Is ALVR a virus? Install the driver, and then it gave you a blue screen of death. No, it shouldn't be a virus. It should be fine. Use SideQuest to install it. It's super easy then. Check my previous video that I did yesterday on how to sideload the easy way. Once it's all set up, you got, you know, it's gonna be, well, I can't think what I'm trying to say here. But once it's set up, it's super easy to do. Glad it's half term, not summer holidays. But that's true, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the trouble with being self-employed. I end up taking the time off just to look after the kids. Chad, you awesome legend. Another legend. What was that? Was that $10? And that was, mate. Thanks for the great channel and content. Wow, mate. I'm stunned. Both you, two people within sort of quick succession of each other. $30 between you. You guys are legends. Absolutely awesome. Thank you, guys. I do really appreciate it. As I say, the more I can make from doing YouTube, the more I can do YouTube. And thank you for the people that are subscribing to the channel. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you do. Become one of the Remarkables. Do you like that play on words? Remarkables. I like that. I didn't actually come up with that. I was doing a live stream on Twitch one day, and I was trying to figure out what I should call my Twitch followers when they subscribe, and somebody said Remarkables, and it was, yeah, it was a good suggestion. SideQuest is what's causing your headaches right now. Oh, that's a shame. I mean, I guess SideQuest is technically new, beta, things can happen. Are you off, Stippen? Good night, mate. I'm going to go off in a second as well. What we'll do, we'll call it at 11 o'clock. So in 3 minutes' time, I will end the stream. I'm going to set that deadline. What do you think the chances of Vader Immortal or other Quest games coming to the Go in some capacity? Now, I've had thoughts about this. I think there's a good chance because a lot of games are being rejected for the Quest. Even some decent stuff is getting rejected. And I think for the Quest, and for the Go, that's a good thing. Because if they get rejected, they just kind of pare it down just a little bit more, release it on the Go where they, as we kind of know from my weekly releases video, they release anything they want. Even things that just don't even load get released. So I think it's a good thing. I think there's quite a good chance, considering it's built on Android as well, we'll probably see those as well. Can I play other games? I'm not going to play any more games tonight. I'm going to go to bed in a little bit. 6 weeks holiday is a blessing and hell at the same time. Thumbs up, thank you. One more question. Can you sideload Rec Room to the Go? No. I have tried sideloading some Quest apps to the Go. They don't work. They literally kind of just go black screen. They look like they're loading, they don't, and then they just kind of crash. So they don't work. And that's not to say some will work. Maybe some of them will work. Do you have the Insta360 Evo? So did you sideload the Insta360 out to the Quest? Yes, I do have one, and no, I haven't tried sideloading it yet, but I will. I will try it because I do like my Evo. The video I put up yesterday, the bumper cars, the Dodgems, 3 minutes of my two lads playing on that, capturing a special moment in 3D, VR. Watch that in your Oculus Go or your Oculus Quest. And it'll sort of come out at you, sort of thing. And I love the Evo. I think the Evo is great. I would say it's a love-hate relationship sometimes because I seem to record video and it's really nice quality. I really kind of like what comes out of it. And then sometimes I record stuff and I get it back and I'm like, that just doesn't seem as good as I want it to be. So I don't know whether there's a little bit more learning I need to put in there, but 90% of the time it's absolutely amazing. I love it and I can't get enough of it. I do have the Vuz XR camera as well, which I'm not so keen on. People always go, oh, but it's nice. It's got a nice shape to it. It's a ball egg shape. At least the Evo is like GoPro size, so you can stick it wherever you want, sort of thing, on a stick or whatever. It doesn't take up any room. But the bloody Vuz XR is like a handle with eyes on the top. That's a pain in the butt. Plus the battery only lasts about half an hour, so you have to plug a battery pack in the bottom of it as well. Yeah. Although it's meant to be getting some new updates soon, so we'll wait and see. I've still got it. I'm not going to get rid of it. Is there a safe list of APKs to sideload? There isn't a safe list. All I would say is only download them from, say, apkmirror.com or extract them yourself from an Android phone. You know, get them from trusted service providers. Don't just go downloading them from anywhere because you don't know what's in them. I mean, chances are 99% out of 100 they're going to be like 99 times out of 100 even they're going to be fine. But do you want to take that chance? Bricking your headset, doing something weird? Just be careful. I mean, you should be fine, but be careful. Can you come to my AltSpace event next week called VR Talk? It's featured. I got like 40 people showing. Well, Francesco, VR, drop me a DM on Twitter or Discord or email me or something, and we can chat about it. If I'm available and you know it works, then yeah, I don't mind kind of stopping by and I can do some live streaming. I don't know whether this event today was mainly my subs in there. Oh, it is 11 o'clock, isn't it? It's 1 minute past 11. I said I was going to go. Right, let's call it there then. Well done, Baz. Well done, Baz. Keeping me on track, keeping me straight. Thank you, mate. Right, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for dropping by the stream. It's been 2 hours. How much battery have I got left? Back up to 10%. So this is charging. This is charging. I like it. I like it. It's a good test of that battery pack. Well, as I say, 11 o'clock. I'm going to log off now. Hopefully you guys had a bit of fun. I don't know how many of you are still around here. Let me just kind of have a quick refresh to kind of see. Wow, I've got even more people. I've got 52 people to sit here chatting with me. Awesome. But yes, So subscribe, follow, like, share, do all that good stuff. Spread the good word of Remarkers. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything you want to see, anything new you want me to do, any suggestions, ideas, whatever. I'm open to it. I like to think I'm an open and friendly guy. I'll be honest with you guys as much as I possibly can. So don't be shy. I'm massively shy in real life, but on my YouTube, I'm massively open. So, you know, just let me know if you've got any sort of questions or whatever. But yes, so that's me done. I'm out. Have a virtual high five. Bush. But I'm going to have to actually click the button to turn the stream off. So, evening all.